Hi, my name is Matt Dugan, Corporate Executive Chef with Vitamix, and it's my distinct pleasure to bring you the Vitamix 12-cup food processor attachment with self-detect. It fits any full-size Ascent Series and Venturous model machines. And the unique feature about this is that it now turns our blending motor base into a food processor motor base. As you see it right here is exactly how it comes out of the box in its convenient storage mode. You've got a couple pieces and parts to it, so I'd like to pull it apart and then we'll get to food processing. You've got on top a convenient blade storage case for our 2 disc blades that come with it. You've got an interlocking self-detect lid with large and small food pusher and a multi-use blade. This can be used for chopping, mincing, kneading, grinding, those type of applications. You've got a 12-cup work bowl that easily releases from the intelligence behind this, which is the self-detect gear base. So to assemble this back together to get started on our carrot salad, we'll take this gear base, and this is the only piece out of the full unit that's not dishwasher safe. Everything else you see here in front of me is completely dishwasher safe. But what we'll do is we'll put this back on, and by putting that on there, the machine now recognizes that I'm starting to put together the food processor. So we've got the gear base in there. We will now add our 12-cup work bowl. And for this, we're going to use one of our 2 blades. The attachment comes with 2 blades, both with 2 functions apiece. So there's actually 5 blades in total that do different jobs. You've got a large shred and a thick slice, and you've got a small shred and a thin slice. We're going to set this up for large shred using our safety finger holes that we can load the blade in, or by grabbing it from the centralized hub and setting it down in place. From there, we're ready to shred. We simply place our lid on top, and here's where some of the unique features about this food processor come into place. There's not a quarter turn or anything like that. I'll simply be quiet and you can hear it click in place. 2 clicks is all it takes, and I'm ready to go. The other nice thing about this is no matter what way you want to turn it, whether or not it's left-handed or right-handed or front or backwards, it fits on the machine either way. So for this, I'm going to make it a little bit more convenient for me and put the handle back here. And what we're going to make is a shredded carrot salad. In the bowl up here, we've got a little bit of toasted shredded coconut, some parsley, we've got some cranberries, and some golden raisins. Now what we need to add to it is some shredded carrots. The other nice thing about this is when it detects that the food processor is in place, there's no variable speed needed. The only thing that you're going to be worried about is start, stop, or pulse. And then if you want to set a timer, if your machine has a timer, you can certainly set that too. So we're going to start this machine, again, just waking it up, pressing start, and we'll shred our carrots. We'll put them through the small food hole. And using our small food pusher, simply put them right through. You can see the Vitamix food processor makes easy work of those carrots. No more using a regular box grater. No more worrying about those knuckles. We'll simply take our lid off. That disengages the safety lock so the machine can't start. Remove our disc. And it's your choice whether you want to work with it with the gearbox on or take it off. I'll simply work with it on. If I didn't want to, I simply push the convenient release feature and it comes right off. We'll get all of our carrots out of there in this brightly colored salad. We'll take our gearbox off and set it aside. And as I mentioned before, this now turns our blending base into a food processing base. It now turns you into one centralized hub, no matter whether you want to blend or food process. This happens to be a lemon maple vinaigrette that we put together just before we came on air, and that's actually going on our salad as well. Awesome. We'll set that aside. We'll give that a toss, and now you've got a brightly colored salad. This salad will feed about 6 to 8 people. If you did want to make the recipe smaller for a smaller family, that can certainly be done as well by either cutting the recipe in half, or if you wanted to run a double batch, you certainly could run a larger batch too. Some nice shredded carrots in our nice shredded carrot salad with coconut, cranberries, raisins, and parsley. Thanks, Michelle. The next item I want to run for you is our almond butter. I know almond butter can be a little bit finicky, so what I wanted to do is show you how to process it using our 12-cup food processor attachment. Very simply in here, I've outfitted our food processor with our multi-use blade. This blade allows you to knead, chop, mince, grind, or in this case, chop down these almonds into a nice fine almond butter. I've got about 4 cups of a roasted, lightly salted almond in there, and I'm going to set the timer on my A3500 series to about 2.5 minutes. That's the max runtime that we have on this food processor is 2.5 minutes, and any recipe that we have should be able to be done in that time. The convenient factor about this is I can set the timer on this and let the machine do the work for me. I don't have to worry about starting and stopping it. It's automatically going to make my almond butter for me. We'll set this in the back here, and again, set the timer for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. We don't have to worry about any variable speed, and press start. It's as simple as that. One final recipe I'd like to show you here today is a pizza dough. We've set our food processing base up here, again, with our multi-use blade. We're gonna knead with this. And with that factor, what we do is just drop the blade in place, and we're gonna add our ingredients. We've got 3 cups of flour. We've got some salt and a little bit of yeast. We spread those ingredients around. And now we'll add our water. We've got a cup of warm water with a little bit of olive oil in there, and no need, we can throw it all in the food processor. It's going to do all of the work for us. We simply attach the lid. And by attaching the lid, what you do is you create a safety interlock between the top and the bottom of this unit to allow it to process safely. That's why specifically you need an Ascent or Aventurus series machine, because it has our self-detect system already built into the blending base. So with this recipe, there are 2 ways we could process it. We could run it on full speed for about 15 seconds, or we could simply use the pulse button. I'm going to use the pulse button until I see a dough ball form. And it's that simple. In just 15 seconds, I've got 2 small flatbread pizza doughs or 1 larger size pizza dough that I simply turn out onto my cutting board, knead just a few times, and it's ready to go. I place this in a bowl and I let it rise for about 45 minutes in a nice warm area of my kitchen. And from there, I can take it and shape it into 2 flatbread pizzas or 1 larger pizza, bake it in the oven, and it's ready to go. I can tell by that noise stopping that my almond butter is done and it's ready. Again, 2 minutes and 30 seconds is all it took. All I had to do was load those ingredients in the container and press start. I'll take our safety interlock lid off, set it to the side, remove our multi-use blade, and now my almond butter is ready to be able to spoon into a bowl to be shared for an after-school snack, an afternoon treat, or whatnot. We're serving that with some apple slices, and it's very simply put. And again, that was about 2.5 minutes in our 12-cup Vitamix food processor attachment with self-detect. For any details, please check out the details page, but I want to thank you again for letting me take the time to introduce, again, the Vitamix 12-cup food processor attachment with self-detect.